the air attack warning sounds like. This is the sound.
Hello and welcome to the next part in the saga of Shiny's definitive singles collection. So this is basically the Frankie Goes to Hollywood collection, and here we have the box, which you can see. It's currently a work in progress, but it's nearly done. So next in the catalogue is obviously Two Tribes, and here we have the original 7-inch.
First, the attack. If an attack is expected, the sirens will sound a rising and falling.
It's been done on a vinyl type disc. And again,
or you may hear 3 gongs.
That's additional tracks. Then we've got the A side of the label and the B side of the label, because they're different images, so I've done them both. Then next is the 7-inch picture disc. Here's the A side and the B side, again with the hole filled out. Now this is obviously the Two Tribes 7-inch We Don't Want to Die, aka the picture disc version. Not the same as the standard 7-inch version. And then we move on to 12 inches. Now this is obviously the Annihilation mix. Now in the UK you could buy this 12-inch and there was one of 3 different posters in there, so you would have to buy all 3 to get each poster. I've noticed that in Australia the Carnage mix had a poster, and possibly, I think it was Australia or it might have been the US, War 12-inch had a poster. Now they were the same posters, so rather than make 3 of everything, I've got 1 of the posters in each one of the 12 inches. So I've done the sticker again on clear, because that's what it was like with the sticker, that's what it was like without the sticker or the poster. Then you've got the vinyl type CD, Annihilation, and a track list again with some extras. Some of these are obviously the 90s remixes, which were horrific, let's be honest. 7-inch back, the A side of the label,
now come to make everything ready
and the B side,
in case an air attack happens.
the US 7-inch front, which had the Carnage picture, the US 7-inch back, the American Annihilation 12-inch had We Don't Want to Lie rather than We Don't Want to Die, but that had the Carnage picture on for some reason. And the 12-inch back.
After an attack, you may have to stay in your home for about 14
and we've got a advert.
Try to keep the younger people
Two
indoors
Tribes.
as much as possible.
And one for the single.
In fact, it will be far wiser for only people over 30 to
A
work
press
outside
advert,
until
the 7 and the 12-inch. Record mirror advert,
Here is a
and
reminder
a Smash
of what the air
Hits
attack
advert.
sounds like. This is the sound.
And I've got a Bits press advert, the original 7 and 12-inch advert, and the poster that came with the Annihilation mix, or one of the 3. And then we move on to the Carnage mix. As I say, some countries had a poster with it, which was one of the 3 in the Annihilation mix in the UK. And again, I've done that on clear so I can see it with or without the sticker.
This is the sound.
Again, that's come on a vinyl type CD. And again, I've done a track list of what was on there. Here's some bonus ones, including the Blank & Jones, the A side of the label, and the B side label.
If anyone dies,
And the poster that came with that.
move the body to another room in the house. Label the body with name and address. And cover it as tightly as possible in polythene, paper, sheets or blankets.
Then the next 12-inch for Two Tribes was obviously the Hibakusha mix. And that came in the generic ZTT cover.
Tie a second card to the cover.
And obviously the Hibakusha mix is the video mix minus the sound samples.
The radio will advise you what to do about taking
And that was a white label. So I've done a track list for that. For some reason, the last voice on the Hibakusha mix was edited. It's shorter than it is on any of the other 12 inches, even though it has the same B-sides, which have obviously already been mastered, so I have no idea why they cut it short. A poster for Hibakusha, and then I have a poster which is a sort of generic two tribes one. Frankie are number one, the rest are no one. What will they think of next? And of course we have the set single, the Two Tribes Keep the Peace, which was fairly much a mega mix of all the 12 inches, all in one continuous piece. And the other side of the cassette. A normal CD, but a silver one, so you've got a bit of texture to it, with the cassette on there, and just a track list in there. Then just as a little addition, I have Two Tribes, Chinese Protect and Survive Armageddon mix. Now what I did here is I actually managed to get hold of a copy of sections used to make the 7-inch, including the isolated bass lines. So I started remixing it, but then I actually found a really good copy of the UK Protect and Survive, narrated by Patrick Allen, who obviously did the voiceovers for the Annihilation mix. So I went and used the original Protect and Survive, every 12-inch, separate guitars, separate bass line, separate drums, and ended up with a 45-minute remix that includes practically all the coolest bits of the 12 inches and more Patrick Allen. So that's basically my own CD single to go with the set. So there we have the 7 and 12 inches of Two Tribes done to CD. Then next, obviously, what we had was the spin-off from Two Tribes, which was War, the B-side, which then ended up getting some 12-inch as the hidden mix. And I have some ones with posters, so there's a cover with the label for the poster, and obviously if you didn't get the poster, that's what you got. And it had Carnage, Two Tribes on the back. And so I've got the 12-inch on the vinyl type, a track list with some War other mixes, And it did have a little bit of From February Friday, but it didn't actually say it on the label. And there's a Australian cassette single. We didn't get one here in the UK. The A side of the label, the B side, and the poster that came with that one, which was the third one that came with the Annihilation mix in the UK. And then next we've got the 12-inch picture disc of War, which actually had the Carnage image on the A side and the War image on the back. And I've got the track list there.
And mark the spot of the burial.